Let's go over the highlight. This was a game in which the Philadelphia Phillies were hoping to clinch a World Series title for the first time since 1980. And again, the conditions in the first inning, and you'll watch them deteriorate over time, were such that the field was very playable and very dry. The bases were loaded in the first, and Scott Kazmir, who has had a hard time getting through the first inning without giving up runs, gave up a couple of runs here.
He sure did. Shane Victorino with the big two-out hit right there to score a couple runs. But the hitter before, Pat Burrell, looked like Kazmir threw a couple borderline strikes. He didn't get the call that Hamels was getting in the first inning. Cost him two.
So in front of 46,000 plus trying to will this team to a World Series win, they see them go up 2-0. Those who have followed the World Series know they've had a hard time scoring with men in scoring position. They only get two there. Now we jump to the fourth inning, and the rain has begun to fall a little bit. Longoria and Carlos Pena had yet to make any hits as far as getting on base. Well, that broke when Pena went all the way to the wall and got a double.
Well, he got one in the wheelhouse right there, Carl. Remember, he'd been swinging at balls up in his eyes. He got it down just a little bit, drove it to the wall. And Jason Worth, great effort, but the ball just to the right of his glove. Pena ends up at second, but if he had been running, he could have been at third base there.
Joe Madden adjusted his lineup. He moved Crawford up and Upton up, so the Pena Longoria crew were hitting instead of 3-4, 4-5, and Longoria delivered a hit, and now it's 2-1. And now the conditions had forced the commissioner to go down to the field and talk things over with the grounds crew about where this was going to head with regards to the weather. Big double play there. They get out of it. The Phillies still lead by a score of 2-1. Cole Hamels started. This was dangerous. He got plunked on his finger, it looked like, attempting to bunt. He'd stay in the game. He'd ultimately get to first on what was a sacrifice and a force at second base, but certainly that caused people to hold their breath.
Well, it absolutely does. That's the biggest fear you have for a manager. When you have your left-handed hitter against a lefty, you can run the fastball up and in. Got him right there on the old knuckle.
He was able to continue in this game as a pitcher. He was unable to do an effective job with that sacrifice. Chase Utley in a 2-1 game. Once again, runners in scoring position, and the Philadelphia Phillies cannot deliver as Iwamura makes the play. So 2-1 through 4 innings. We go to the 5th inning, and the conditions got even worse. The rain picked up, the wind continued to pick up, and you started to begin to see puddles on the field. Here's an example of what became carnival baseball for a while, as Rollins, as good as there is catching high flies, couldn't.
But again, that ball, Rocco Baldelli on first base, that ball had a lot of hang time and it kicked away. He should have been on second base.
Wasn't on second base. A broken bat. Great individual effort by Utley to turn a double play as he tags Baldelli running by and still is able to get the runner at first.
Well, that's a great heads-up play right there, cutting off the runner in the baseline. That's huge. With the weather getting bad, big play.
The old rule stipulated that after a game became official through 5 innings, the team that was winning, the home team, would eventually win the game. Those rules changed, and you just got the impression that there were certain folks wondering if this game could be tied and we would suspend it. It would just seem a little more fair. And maybe that's not saying it properly, but when Upton came across to tie the game at 2, you got the sense that at that point it was the right time in the minds of many to bring the tarp on and suspend this game, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, Bud Selig and the crew for Major League Baseball were about as excited as any Rays player, coach, manager, front office personnel when B.J. Upton scored that run to tie the game.
So 2-2 is the score in a suspended game in Game 5. You can look at the right-hand upper corner and see Grant Balfour is pitching in the 5th inning of a suspended game. Cole Hamels is due up in this inning for the Phillies when they come to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a very good chance he's obviously going to get pinch hit for. When this game resumes, and we know it won't be Monday night, whether it's Tuesday or Wednesday, the Phillies will come to bat tied 2-2 in the 6th inning. A pinball machine. There were some decisions to be made, some to be questioned, and some huge clutch performances. Cole Hamels, of course, started the game for Philly on Monday, lifted for a pinch hitter Wednesday. Balfour takes the mound in Tampa for Tampa in the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, Jenkins pinch hitting for Hamels, and Balfour comes in at 8:40 is your first pitch. 46 hours later, Jeff Jenkins gets the call.
Jenkins saw 5 fastballs around 94, 95 before he hit that 6th one. Talked to him before the game. I said, man, what if you get an opportunity late in this one to do something special? Turns out, couldn't happen to a better guy.
The 46-hour wait was worth it. Now Jason Worth comes up. Shallow center with the infield in, and Iwamura had it and dropped it.
That's one of those managerial decisions. Look, it's late in the game. We have to pull the infield in. I understand that decision by Joe Madden, but just think of the odds of if the infield was back or halfway, That's an easy out, no-run score.
Cole Hamels in line to become the winner. It would be 5 starts and 5 wins. Balfour's out of the game, an inning and a third. Ryan Madsen, who does not give up home runs in this park, not since April.
Well, Carlos Ruiz set up away looking for the fastball. He tailed it up and into Baldelli, and he turned on it and hit out of the ballpark.
And what a story for Baldelli with all the injuries and ailments he's had to deal with. It's tied at 3. Madsen out, J.C. Romero. Iwamura, Utley Fields, fakes to first. Bartlett's coming home, and he's out.
Just a tremendous play right there, and Utley saying after the game he knew that Akinora Iwamura had great speed, couldn't get him there, but the presence right there is like an NFL quarterback looking off a receiver and then throwing a strike to the catcher to get Bartlett at the plate.
So we stay tied at 3. The Rays do not grab the lead. Bottom 7, Burrell off of Howell, swinging a drive to left center field. It hung up there like a helium balloon. When it came down, it got away from Upton, and you're thinking Burrell's on third.
Well, B.J. Upton got too close to the wall as the ball kicked away. You got to think about third base there, but Baldelli gets over, fields it, and holds Burrell at second.
Mike Schmidt in 1980, a third baseman, delivers the game-winning RBI. In the 7th inning, a third baseman named Pedro Feliz delivers the go-ahead RBI, 4-3 Phillies.
A sinker slider from Bradford, but he didn't get that sinker down. He kept it up, and Ruiz or Feliz hit it up the middle for the knock.
Danger time, but a huge 6-4-3 double play.
That's key right there. Upton's hit a lot of home runs in this postseason. Romero throws a fastball away. He tries to pull it. He gets the rollover.
Brad Lidge in to close it. Evan Longoria. Nasty pitch that comes in at 85 after he had thrown balls at 94.
He threw a number of fastballs. I kept thinking, you got to throw him the breaking ball. He throws him the slider, gets him out in front, and he pops it up.
2 outs away from the World Series championship. Deanna Navarro. This is when the Philadelphia Philly fans started thinking about the curse of William Penn. A broken bat single by Deanna Navarro.
It got real quiet here in a hurry, too.
And it got worse for the Phillies when Fernando Perez easily steals second base. Tying run is now 180.
Hey, I like that. Jimmy Ron's got in front of that ball and was not going to let that go into center field to get a runner on third.
Joe Madden loves Ben Zobrist. He hit a rope into right, but it's caught.
That was crushed right there. Line drive, but been a guy playing there every game for a long time, Carl, right field.
If he held back Hinske, here's the time to bring in the guy that earlier hit a home run, not in this game, but in this series. Gone in an 0-2 pitch, and Lidge goes to his knees. He can't believe it. And the Philadelphia Phillies, the fighting Phils who won 92 games during the regular season, go on and win the World Series on their own field. The first World Series title for the Phillies since 1980, and the dream season for Evan Longoria. Eric Hinske and the rest of the Rays goes by the wayside with a tying run on second base in one of the most bizarre World Series games ever played. The only one that was ever played over 2 days. Ryan Howard, look out below. He wipes out the entire offensive and defensive lines of the Phillies.
He'll be playing for the Eagles next weekend.
4-3, they win it. The offensive heroes, Victorino comes through on the Monday night. On the Wednesday night, Worth and Feliz get their job done, and the Philadelphia Phillies knock off the Rays in 5 games.
When I saw the last out, I kind of looked up, and I was kind of watching the fans, and I was watching our players, and I knew it was over. And I said, you know what? We just won the World Series. We were champions. I kind of laughed, kind of took it all in, and I liked every minute of it. Actually, it's bigger than I actually felt like it was.
I think it was a unique situation for a game, but the last out of accomplishing a goal that you set out in the beginning of the year to finally attain it. It's a sense of relief, and you can pride yourself through it. And I think that's what we're going to be able to do as a team. I'm going to keep these memories. I know this city, the excitement that this city has and shows is something that you can't take away from any day of the week.
Last year, I was just calling to win a division. This year, I think, from the beginning of the outset, we all had the mindset that we can win the World Series.
This has been a remarkable year for us on so many different levels. To get to this point, very few people in this country, or even throughout the baseball world, would have even guessed that we could get here. I'm very proud of our guys. I thought, as a group, really a truly remarkable job. We made a powerful statement. It's just the beginning. I view it as just the beginning.
Certainly a lot of talk this week in Philadelphia about the 80 team. And, of course, having Kruk out here, you always think about the 93 team. But the history of the Phillies in the World Series goes all the way back to the 1915 season against the Red Sox, in which they lost in 5 games. You see the times they've been there, and now they at least have another partner to dance with as a champion.